Welcome back to the Crazy Gays podcast.
Welcome.
Shit.
Ah.
One thing. I need to get screamed at it. But yeah, welcome back to Crazy Gays podcast. My name is Eno.
And I'm Bino.
You know what?
What?
I'm Sean.
No. Stop. No, you're Bino.
Start with a fun fact and I'll go more into that.
Okay.
I got something for that.
Okay, actually, I'm very excited about this fun fact. I've been dying to tell you about it ever since I found out about it while I was at work today.
Hi.
Okay. So, boners.
How dare you? Like, guys, before you even begin, there is... Let me get the mic close here.
Okay.
There's a huge responsibility in having a penis.
Yes.
And I think later on in the conversation, we're going to have another talk similar to this. But I got to tell you again, there's a lot of responsibilities.
I don't think so. I think it's all silly, fun and games. Just flinging it around.
Fellas. You have the opportunity to give life.
Yeah, so do women.
Yeah, but you guys have the opportunity to create life.
Yeah, which I would argue is like a lot more
it's a lot
of a privilege.
Can you do it by yourself?
Bigger responsibility.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, let's rewind. Let's fast forward. Let's rewind back
Okay.
as if we were in 1800. Could you do it by yourself?
Probably not. But I also most likely wouldn't live through the birth anyways.
This would be like mid 1900s, 1910.
Okay.
Can you do it yourself?
No.
Well,
Could have a one night stand. It's a little.
All I'm saying is,
it's scandalous for the times.
We are the gatekeepers of life. Without our sacred seed, there's the
yeah, but is it so sacred if you're spreading it everywhere? Doesn't seem so sacred.
Boners. You
Anyways.
mentioned boners.
This is how I know that having a dick is purely just fun and games, because a vagina would never.
Oh. Go on.
So there is something called rigor erectus.
Rigid dick syndrome.
No, it happens majority of the time if a man is hanged to death.
Huh?
His dick will get hard. And in some rare cases, will also ejaculate.
I get that.
And so
it's
scientifically, it's because once the neck is snapped or whatever, like all the blood kind of pools and goes into your dick, and then your dick gets hard. But for some people, it is just an erotic asphyxiation.
See, that's why that's what I'm saying. That's why I get that, because it's literally, I don't even know how to put this. If I can tell that you're done with me, in the sense that, like, I've been hitting the same position for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and your legs keep trying to go down because you're tired. Like, when I get all the signs that, look, you've already busted your nut 6 to 8, like, you've been finished.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to be done.
I have a snap link. I have a very instantaneous way to make me nut, which is that self-asphyxiation. I could really feel it. So, when you start holding your breath, it gets to a point where you think you can't breathe anymore, right? You can try this. You can get to a point.
I'm good. I like breathing.
In fact, the entire time I'm doing this explanation, hold your breath.
No.
So if you can hold your breath to a certain point, you feel like you're gonna pass out, but all of a sudden you don't pass out. And it's within those moments that the nut feels fucking amazing, because that's when I kick into overdrive, and then this is that final moment where I'm about to pass out, and you just bring yourself back. You just honestly see me go, and then within that crazy mental state that you're in, just bleed, it's just releasing. So
that's wild. I also read that if a man dies flat on his face, face down kind of thing, that can cause a boner too, because all the blood is pooling.
Unregulated. So this kind of opens up the avenue to,
It's called so rigor erectus also goes by the nickname angel lust.
Angel lust.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's men are always seen as the necrophiliacs that were doing weird things.
Well, because back in the day, when people were getting, like, hung all the time, it was, like, a regular thing. The reason why they called it angelless is because they just figured, like, oh, like, they probably saw angels, and the angels were so pretty, so they got a boner. Like, they don't know the science behind it. They just know that, horny.
Yeah. Even in death, my dick will stay hard. That's actually very poetic. Like, I could cry right now. Like, my brother in arms, even in death.
Yeah.
Even when faced with...
And one guy's dick was, like, after he, was hung or whatever, and his dick got hard, they cut it off. And it's in a museum now. It's the longest standing boner ever. Hi, kitty.
No.
What are you doing here?
Get him offset. we got to run here.
We're podcasting.
Security. So yeah, if it's in display, I don't know. I feel like I want that too.
Rasputin's dick is also on display.
Rasputin.
Yeah.
How do you go about getting your dick on display?
Well,
Not even for other people. Like
he was a very well-known playboy.
No, I'm just saying, like...
Is Hugh Hefner still alive? I feel like if Hugh Hefner's still alive, when he dies, they'll...
Just for me. I want to have, like, a family heirloom. So when my great-great-grandson...
So you just want it, like, stuffed and put in a box or something?
So do you know how they have... it's not Michael Phelps. I don't know why I said Michael Phelps. Lance Armstrong, the biker. Uh-huh. He has his nut, like a golden nut. Like.
So you want it gold-plated... And
wrap,
then...
so stuff. So it doesn't have to be the actual. It could be the real dick if you want.
It's gotta be.
Mm-hmm. Cut it up, fill it with styrofoam, paint it to like have that like natural looking. Cause it's gonna be a dead dick.
Yeah.
But paint it natural. So I want it full to like move in a sense. Like I don't know if you could use like a clay or something like if something starts.
Oh,
liquid.
You want like one of those bendable rods on the inside so you can like pose it and stuff.
So just. Like elephant style, and like I want it just like a nice glass box standing on a pole.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can put it in a box and wrap it, but like it's in a glass casing on a metal rod, so you can place it anywhere. But it's not
straight up like a dildo.
I'm not gonna ruin it with my family because I don't want them touching my dick. That's just,
well, yeah, that's weird.
So glass casing, you can be like.
But the idea of just.
Yeah.
Pointing at, like, that's my grandfather's dick. Like, that's weird. I would never want to see my grandfather's dick.
Don't tell him it's your grandfather's.
Not ever. Not once.
But he's alive and looking at you, so it's like...
Yeah, even when he's dead. I would never want to see it.
Yeah, but that's because he's old now. I'm saying, like, I'm probably not going to... I don't see myself going past 55. Like...
55 is still old. That's an old penis.
Ass won't be that old. He looked great.
It's had many miles put on it at that point. If you're going to get your dick stuffed, it has to be, I would say, 34 and under.
34?
Yeah, I feel like once you hit 35, then it's like, nah, that's
all our 35-year-old friends are just sitting here like, so what, my dick is dirty?
Yeah, your dick is not good enough to be stuffed. I'm sorry. It's not trophy worthy.
Where are you?
Unless you've been a virgin the entire time, then that's like something, that's a collectible, you know?
Me?
No.
You're the only woman I've slept with.
So, not a virgin. Even if that were true.
It's virgin enough. I'm a virgin one. I've only departed from the path of virginity to one woman. There's only one person.
One woman multiple times all the time.
You're the only one.
I know, but I'm saying multiple sessions. It's not. We didn't have sex just one time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't got that much mileage on you.
I only have the mileage that you put in.
Exactly. That's not that much mileage.
You have multiple mileage. You have many trips saved on your odometer.
Just as much as you. You're my first time. You're the only one I've done it with. Prove it. Prove me wrong.
I can.
Prove it.
Okay. Let me take to Facebook.
Go ahead.
Let me message some people.
You can't message them.
Why?
You don't know them. What are you going to say? They'll deny it.
One of them follows me on Instagram.
Okay, let's calm down now. Let's take it a step back.
I think only one of them, right?
Yeah, well, okay. I'm not going to tell you, but I know you are.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is very weird.
Why?
Because she had to send a request because I don't have my Insta, public. So she saw me and was confident enough to put in the...
Why? What?
And I approved it.
You as a woman.
Yeah.
You're looking at somebody else that... Okay. You may... And I was bullshitting. You know what mirroring is? Do you know... Or not mirroring. It's like mimicking, right?
Okay.
Where you match energy with somebody and they think that, oh, I just have such a good connection with you.
Yeah.
But you're really just mirroring their stuff back at them and they just feel... It's a secret thing. I do it in interviews. Okay. I do it in some such interactions.
I do it all the time too.
Yeah, we're just mimicking. Like, you know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
So some people it's not a bad thing to do. It's for me, it's a survival tactic I had to learn how to do.
Some people are just really gullible.
Yeah, that's really what it is. No, because some of us growing up, you grew up, you may not think it's a toxic household, but you kind of grew up in a toxic household in the sense that you have to hide some of your feelings.
All my feelings.
Yeah, you have to basically, put on an act for your parents, right? That's mirroring energy. Like, I was mirroring my parents forever. Sean, how are you doing? How's school doing? Everything's great, Mom. And she's bounced off the energy.
To this day, my parents don't know who I really am.
Yeah.
I don't even think... Because the thing is, for me personally, I've done it so much and to so many people that I couldn't even tell you who I really am.
I know who you are.
Like, I can't tell you if I really like something because I like it for me, or if I just like something because other people around me.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah.
So the original reason why I brought up the mirroring thing.
Oh, masking.
Masking, that's what it is. It's masking. It's all those things. But with her, like, I'm just a supportive guy. I'm the supportive fuck boy.
Yeah.
In the sense that you fucked me, I fucked your brains out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna support you. You tell me how are you, say hey, I say hey back.
Yeah.
You call me, I call you back. And then just as the conversation goes on, you're like, wow, we just have such a weird connection. I think I love you, like, huh? Just any type of positive interaction you've had with another human being and you're having sex,
that could not be me.
That just mixes into a weird, I think this is love. And I really I looked at her, I'm like, yeah, you think you might love me, but you don't. But then now here we are years later, probably like at that time, maybe like 3-4 years after the fact. Because while we were dating, like when we first started dating.
No, she tried to follow me either right before the wedding or shortly after the wedding.
So we would have, so that's at least 7 years then, 6 years since I fucked around with her. So, that's.
And she tried to sell me on some, like, what's it called? MLM bullshit.
Listen, I'm just curious.
Like, oh, you would be so great if you had this mascara or this whatever.
I think that's a different person.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it after.
Oh, so then maybe there's 2 of them following me.
Let's keep it going, man. What's the next? What's the Easter?
Yeah, it was just Easter.
Yeah, so we're just at your parents' house. Now, do you think
we were just at my parents' house?
Because we cuss a little bit in front of them, and we agree a little bit with what they say, but every time they say, hey, XYZ, like, and real question, you're like, no, of course not.
Yeah.
That would be, what? Yeah. Smoking pot.
Could never. How would anybody function?
How do you function
if they smoke weed? I wouldn't have a job if I smoked weed, Mom.
Literally. And I sit here watching you just like, and they're just like, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm just like, bro, look in her purse.
Yeah,
ask
don't look in my purse.
Look in her purse. That's what
don't smell my purse.
That's what that thing is right there. Yeah.
Or when we took out our baskets to the car, I opened the door because, he had stashed our car ride home joints in the car. I opened the door, and my mom was the one that was helping me bring out the baskets. And I caught a whiff of the weed, and I'm like, oh, no. So I made sure my mom stood, like, kind of far back, and I'm like, oh, I'll just grab that from you and put it in here, blah, 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 whatever. And then, And then I close the door, and I see, like, a puddle underneath the car. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that doesn't seem good because it has not rained. That's a car liquid puddle of mysterious liquids. Mm-hmm. And so I asked my dad, and he went and he, like, sniffed it or whatever. Did something. He could have licked it for all I know. Like, he might have.
It's so interesting too, just watching like because your mom's like narrating, like, oh, he's gonna test it, he's gonna figure it out. He's just seems like it might be oil, right? Like he literally just like not getting he's like getting the shot.
Yeah, he's like, you're not taking this car home today, and I'm like, oh, and so I'm panicking in my mind. I'm like, what if he gets in the car and then he can smell the weed? And so he heads towards the garage. I'm like, okay, cool. I can drive the car. into the shop. And so I opened the windows prematurely, just that way the few seconds I had in the car would allow for some more airflow. And then we get into the shop, I leave the windows open, and then anytime my dad says something like, oh, like pop the hood, pop the trunk, whatever, I made sure that I did it so that he wouldn't have any reason to go into the car. And so my dad checked it out, and it was antifreeze, which we knew that it was like really leaking. So I borrowed my mom's car.
Now you have a big body SUV.
I have a big body Benz. Well, it's not a Benz, but it feels like I'm driving a boat. Oh, the dongle!
Put it.
So, okay, listen. Why does my mom's car have Bluetooth? But it's only for answering phone calls. Like, you can't play music off of your phone through the Bluetooth, but you can watch videos through iMessage.
It's specifically through iMessage.
I
tried a YouTube video, still plays through the phone. I tried a Twitter video, but then there's one.
Did you try playing one from your photos? Like your camera roll?
I didn't try that, but I think it'll still give the same.
Probably,
because I think the reason why it was working is because it's in the text messages.
Yeah.
Because we put one video that I played in the group chat, and it's just Swiper saying, "I just want to sniff." 5-second video. All here's call. I just want to sniff. Close. End of call.
Yeah.
And we can hear clearly. So if the technology is there to connect to the thing, let's just connect.
Why doesn't it connect the music?
Bro, it's such a nice little, like, even though it doesn't have this part of this technology.
Like, who uses aux cords anymore?
We could have been bumping beats for the, and I can't even listen to the car. I have no reason to be in the car for the next couple of days, and she's taking it back to her parents' house literally tomorrow or Wednesday.
And, like, my parents have no use for an aux cord. They don't care. My mom listens to CDs half the time. And so, thankfully, I had an aux cord in my car from my old car before Bluetooth was like a real thing in stereos, but iPhones don't connect through the little aux cable anymore, so now I need a dongle.
And the dongle, you could have had it today.
And the dongle I shall bring with me to work tomorrow.
The dongle, let's just remember your dongle.
I'm gonna remember the dongle.
But yeah, other than that, the Easter, we got a lot of chocolate. I was doing the dance of.
We got some hot sauces.
No, hot sauces too.
We got a little bit of money.
No, just half a weed order.
Yeah.
It was a good.
Which I think it's so funny that my parents don't realize that when they give us money, we use it for weed or tattoos, and those are like the two things that they hate the most.
Yeah, and they didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about my whole.
That's because I don't think they realized that part was new, because it looks the same as the old tattoo, so they probably just assume that's how it's always been.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going, like, even so I get down here, and just until the point of like.
My dad definitely would have never noticed, because my dad doesn't even notice when I dye my hair a different color.
That's a problem, because you're literally bright pink from brown, and now he says like, oh, you fall on the ground, like on the red carpet, you'll disappear and stuff like that. But like,
yeah.
Now you can see it, but before.
But I've dyed my hair, like when I lived at home, I went from brown hair to like bright red. Mm-hmm. My dad did not notice.
That's Adele. I don't know.
And like I put in a fake nose ring for a while just to see if he would notice. Never noticed. Did not say a word. And it wasn't until I got it like done for real, like a year later, that he's like, "What is all that on your face?" I'm like, "A nose ring?" And he's like, "Well, when did you do that?" And so I just told him when I did the fake one, like a year ago. He's like, "Oh, well, okay." Yeah, because at that point, what are you gonna do?
Say shit, because you're past your I love this term. I use it was using Apple, using Rogers. It's like your 30 days of purchase buyer's remorse. You're outside of your buyer's remorse. You can't do this little dance that you're unsatisfied with the product a year later, 3 months after. Bro, you already wiped your whole ass with it.
I honestly don't even think he could tell you what day my birthday is.
But he loves you. I know. I hear in his voice when he talks, like he loves you. Yeah.
Okay.
He loves you in a different way.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, I wanted to give the people a little Kayla lore that I learned over the weekend.
Oh, with your grandparents or great.
Yeah. So I found out that my great grandparents or I guess more so, my great-great-grandmother had like 20 kids.
24.
24 kids. Granted, not all of them made it, but she had 24 kids, and she outlived 3 husbands. And that's kind of badass.
Yeah.
Granted, she got married for the first time at the age of 14.
That's what I was going to say. Aren't you going to bring up the fact that she was at 14 and the nigga was 30? No, he's 40.
He was in his early 40s.
He was in early 40s, and they looked at him, and we said that outside in the room, and everyone looked at us
and my grandpa said, oh, well, that's nice. But Grandpa?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's a red fucking flag. I'm sitting here.
Like, so my great-great-grandfather's a pedo. Cool. But you can't really say anything about it because back in those times, like, that still was very much a thing. Because he was born in, like, 1860s. So, like, yeah, it's frowned upon and it's bad to do, and you definitely can't do it now, but back then it was kind of normal. So.
But it's back then it was normal. Is it back then normal enough with how your grandfather grew up? Like, he wouldn't have seen something like that. Why was he so quick to agree? Why was your parents so quick to defend
I think it's because he got married, like, really young. So for him, he's just looking at it at the point of, like, how old she was.
When she was married.
Not necessarily the age difference.
That's a 40. Okay, cool.
Because my grandma was 16 when they got married. And I think he was 17.
That's fair. Have him imagine one of his daughters, right?
Yeah.
Somebody his age, because he would have been 40 when he had, like,
one of my aunts and uncles have a 10-year age gap. It's not 30 years, but
even if it's 30, give me some. I'm just gonna say, put him in his own situation. Like, all right, sir, come fuck my daughter.
My grandpa, I've just given up on. I just let him do whatever he wants, and look. What's it matter to me?
He walked into the house. I was the only one to walk up and shake his hand. Everybody in the house was just sitting there looking at it, and I looked like, "Hey, grandma, shake your hand." And then I just look around, and everyone is just still doing their thing. And Kayla, after maybe 3 minutes, looks like, "Oh," and then back to doing what you do. Like
yeah.
Like, not even, like, mom was moving as much. Dad took a little bit, didn't even come up to shake his hand, just kind of looked at it and said, like, I'm like, what is going on?
Well, because, one, my family doesn't really do, like, physical touch.
I'm never doing that again. I'm
like, you can do it with my mom and dad because they'll want you to. But, like, when it comes to, like, especially my grandpa, like, not really.
He's like, oh, okay, we're here. I'm like,
yeah.
Do you not want to be greeted? Like, what?
Because also, truthfully, I think my grandpa is also autistic.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How could that's a big.
Because he doesn't like to be, like, touched. Like, he very much has, like, sensory issues and issues, like, with change and like all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Like, if you've been, like, folding his laundry for a certain way for years, if somebody comes in and folds it differently, he'll lose his shit.
I thought you were talking about, like, money change. Like, I don't like the texture of loonies and toonies.
No.
Like just a sensory thing.
Just changes around him kind of thing. Like, he likes things to be done very specific ways and then he also just, I don't know, does random weird little things where I just kind of look at him like, okay.
I don't know. I thought, is my tattoo dirty? Like, what's
I don't know.
Anyway. So yeah, that was there, and then what else I do on Easter? Play guitar with Jesse.
You looked at the telescope.
I looked at the telescope. You know, I could, the things we could do with that. Her parents bought, or her dad really bought, a $400 telescope
just for fun.
Yeah, and he has a book about, like, learning the stars and shit. But, like, we angle that bitch, you could see, like, the coils and the nails of the telephone pole.
Yeah,
at least, like.
I just know that in the next, I don't know, few months, slowly they won't be using it. And then eventually I'm going to take it because I will actually use it. Yeah. I'm going to put that shit on the balcony. I will people watch all day and all night. You won't, like, summer, I'll be on the balcony. Don't even bother me. I'll have my joints. I'll have my telescope. I'll be sitting there, titties out on the balcony, just chilling.
I got to clip that. What time is that? No, I'm just thinking like, damn, that's intense. No, I'm with it. No, do what you will.
I will. But
So
yeah,
people-
that's really it for Easter.
Well, now there's the next thing I want. I think we had this conversation on our drive back.
Yeah, when we were driving the big boat.
The big boat, the human edible. So we smoke a lot of weed, yes?
We do smoke a lot of weed.
And even if we had recently smoked, so for the people that don't smoke weed and don't understand the concept of marijuana and how it gets broken down with you, you absorb it into your blood and it gets to your brain. When you smoke it down to your lungs, your areolas diffuse out the
Not
smoke.
your areolas.
No, your areolas, they suck them up. Is our pillar? What do I say? Is the artery? No, it's not artery. I know something like the flower.
Areolas is your nipple.
Oh yeah. I knew that. I know what areola is. Come on. No, there's like the lung.
Yeah.
Things, right?
Anyways, it goes through
THC.
your lungs into your blood.
And then goes there. And edible is the same way. It gets diffused into once your body's broken it down in your gut, it diffuses into your blood.
And it can take a while before it gets out of your bloodstream.
Exactly.
So what we're wondering
break it down
is if a cannibal were to eat one of us, because we smoke pretty consistently and every day. So if a cannibal were to eat one of us, would they get high? Like at all? Like we don't expect them to be like, stoned out of their mind, like tripping on the sofa kind of shit. But like, would they feel like even just a little bit?
Yeah.
Like a little bit of a buzz kind of thing 30 minutes later or like an hour later?
Yeah, because it's constantly circulating with it. And even if something like doesn't have to be eaten cannibal, I'm just thinking like vampire. Like just like straight up, like not like you're just like undead vampire.
Oh, yeah, like just sucking blood?
Yeah, so I still stay alive and like, bro, what? And so he comes and pays me and be like, listen.
But because the thing with vampires is they don't actually have blood in them. So I don't think it would work for like a vampire.
See, that's why I'm saying like it's not your traditional like lore vampire. I'm just saying like a disease, not a disease, but like
a zombie.
Not a zombie, not a zombie. Like still a vampire. Like in it, like he's not like
okay.
He's still sentient with it, but his vampirism isn't like he's not undead. He's simply just like a different.
Oh, like one of those humans that think they're vampires.
I don't feel like I'm trying to dish it out to you and you're not catching it. It's like
I'm catching it, but
it's like his vampirism. He's still alive.
He's a vampire.
A warm-bodied vampire. He just drinks blood.
Yeah.
But he's alive. His heart's beating. It's pumping. Like Edward. How'd he get his dick hard if there's no pumping blood? His type would.
But Edward doesn't have blood.
But how does he get his dick hard?
I don't know the science behind him getting his dick hard.
How does he get
but
his
he
dick
doesn't.
hard?
He doesn't have any blood because he's cold to the touch and he's rock hard. Like he's made out of basically like marble is how they describe it in the books.
So, Kayla, I'm gonna ask you again. How does he get his dick
hard? I don't
hard?
know. I'll have to read Breaking Dawn again and see if it
Gives
explains
any type of
it.
dick lore, like
yeah, because that's the only time his dick ever gets hard is when they have their honeymoon. Well, I mean, I'm sure it probably gets hard before that, but
yeah. So, I would think, at the very least, it would show up on a medical test if they were to doing it. Like, I mean, the way my mind always goes to is Attack on Titan. So, like the Titans come out, they grab us, he eats a soldier, and like I'm a soldier,
like just pop an edible.
Yeah, it's popping edible, and then he's chewing it, and then he's on his ride, like his Titan walk over, like, hey, whoa.
At that point, you're just kind of playing a guessing game because like you never know, like. If I eat this person, am I gonna get high? Or if I eat this person, am I gonna be
it's one of them is
like,
it's a little chewy.
It's like when you bring brownies to an event and half of them are weed brownies and the other half are regular. Eventually, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, it's literally it'll be somebody walking in and they have like 2 plates. It's like
Cause there's stoners that look like stoners, so those ones you would know before you eat them. But then there's like regular looking, like everyday people kind of stoners where you would never point them to smoke weed, but they do.
Yep. So you're sitting here just like, all right, forgive me, human. And then just
an hour later, you can't do shit.
Yeah. You're out here trying to talk to the others like Titan friends and just, bro.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why we eat them?
You start questioning your whole existence.
So anyway, This is so we saw this thing. I know you wrote it down. Say it out loud for me.
Yeah, okay, because I've been really interested about this ever since you told me to write it down.
Go ahead.
Cat facials.
A cat facial.
Yeah. So there's two ways that I'm thinking of this.
Okay, go ahead. Take a guess.
One is the sweet, innocent one where this just like, I picture a cat in like a spa towel, a little turban, a little like face mask, and you just go like this and you give your cat
Cucumbers.
a facial. Yeah, like a nice spa day experience for your kitty. The other way is a very sexual way, having to do with like their butt near your face or like spraying on your face.
Okay.
Oh wait, or are you the one nutting on the kitty's face?
Okay, so let's break it down. It's a little bit of a story.
Okay.
So me, Link, the Divine Dork, and some other individuals were all in Discord late at night.
Yeah.
You had already gone to bed. I think I was post stream or something like that. I think I was post stream, right?
Every day you're post stream.
So we're hanging out. We're stop. This is technically my day 100. I'm feeling good, but
yeah.
We're talking about something, and then one of the guys that's new to the Discord, he's getting to know Eno.
Oh.
Like he's like realizing like
we're
just going back and forth on things, and then the conversation came out about my cat.
Our cat.
No, our cat. Sex place, like the
cat brothel.
Your cat brothel. The cat brothel.
Yeah.
And so he was astonished. Like,
of course.
No, but who was it? Link. I think this is kind of one of the first times he's heard this story. So we already had like the whole sexual cat thing on the mind. So like we're going back and forth, making different scenarios. I'm like, wow, this is a bad idea. Oh, this is kind of a good idea. How you could keep your cats nuts. You just get them busting up and stuff like that. So the night is done. We're laughing. We've been giddy all night because we've been busting back jokes. And so I'm saying goodnight. I'm signing off. So I'm saying goodnight to Dork.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying goodnight to old boy. And then I come to him like, all right, goodnight, boys. Like, all right, don't get facial by your cat. I was like, have a good cat facial. I tell you, the room erupted. I'm not doing it justice because, like, you know, as I see like right now, just like, you know, that's what he said.
It's comedic timing.
Bro, we were saying he's like, bro, he's gonna get cat facials. Like, and I think, another reason, for one part of this story I forgot, is that I was telling him about how he's humping my blanket.
Yeah.
And so he's already a horn dog. So the reason why I'm doing this, I'm not just doing this out of my perversions of animals. I'm thinking of my son.
Yeah.
My son
he is a little horny right now.
He is begging for pussy.
Yeah.
In agony.
Yeah.
So me as a father, I'm like, I need to help my son. So that's where this is coming from.
No. Actually, so today at work, I was telling Michelle about the other day when the cat was sleeping. So the cat was sleeping on his cat tree. And then he wakes up and he goes to like lick himself, you know? So he spreads his legs open and he's getting in position. And all you see is just a teeny little red thing where there should not be any red. And it was his wiener. his little pee-pee was out. And Eno had looked at him and then looked at me and said, "Morning wood. I get it."
You know? Yeah.
And I told Michelle that and she died laughing.
Bro, like, I'm looking at, that's my son. You can't keep looking at me all the time. Like, how many times do you look at me over the couch and my dick is hard?
All the time. Right before we did this, you woke up from a nap, your dick was hard. Actually, technically, before you went for your nap, your dick was hard. And then it could have been hard the whole time. I really don't know.
It's just it's not a medical thing, is it? Like, that's just like
it's gotta be.
Huh?
Like this, I don't think that's normal. Like, I don't have a wiener, but I don't think that's like regular.
I think we get boners throughout the day a lot. And so.
Yeah, boners throughout the day, but not huge raging boners that you have to like punch to go down. You don't punch your dick?
Yeah, I do a little like just the yeah, it's a problem. I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. I look at it like this. I'm always ready. I'll never not be ready. My dick is hard for you. Even the day, like,
unless you do cocaine, then your dick's not ready.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's the weirdest thing. A lot, like it actually makes me so mad. Like, I can't get hard on cocaine like that.
Really?
Yeah, because I can imagine, because I can masturbate like pretty fine and get there, but like when I'm like up at the butt, it's not.
Is it like stage fright? You're nervous to actually perform?
I think it's just like the happiness of just a woman letting me fuck her.
It's just
I'm reaching my.
You're so happy you can't get it up.
No. I got my nut. Like I
mentally.
Yeah, like I've already got like the fact that you spread your ass to me and all that. I'm reached my climax with that thought because that's the only thing I can imagine it to be. Because if I can still masturbate, but it's just all like imagination. Like I need that to get there. But when there's a woman right in front of me and she agreed to it, it's like, wow. I've reached. I'm there.
That's all I needed.
But it definitely is an awkward conversation to explain to somebody. Like I thought you wanted to do it. I don't trust me. I do.
Just explain it to me. Or...
Yeah, but you're married to me. You're not like a one night person. Like you're not looking for dick right now, are you?
No.
Damn. Next question.
This was another conversation that we had yesterday.
I need to smoke up for this one
after Easter.
You go ahead.
Beano.
Mm-hmm.
Boners. We're bringing it back.
We just been talking
It's
about...
a very boner-centric podcast today. If I had a pee-pee, would you give me head? You have to. We're married. You legally have to. It's in the contract.
We stay in the confines of... As long as we stay in the confines of this house.
Can I record it?
You can record it. We stay in the confines of this house. You only tell a select few of people that are within our immediate circle that need to know. One time.
Could we talk about it on the podcast?
Yeah. I don't want to come back.
Because if you think about it, if I were to grow a dick for a week, that's a medical miracle. So we would have to talk about that.
You're getting...
Already.
My point is...
And I'm just going to slip in.
You want to show how I'll do it? You want to tell you how I'll give you head?
Yeah, how?
Okay. So, I'll lean up to you. I'll make sure you're sitting down. I want you to be comfortable, right?
I want to be laying down.
You can...
No, I want to sit. No, but I want to, recline back
Yeah, so you're sitting back. Look at it, just in the couch. You're leaning back. Your arms on the side so you
can... My legs spread out, just ready. I know the position.
So you can either grab my head or whatever. So, what I do... So, I look up and, I'll grab it like this, right? Okay. And so I'll do a little lick on the top. And then I'll slap my face with it a couple times. And then after that, I just give one loogie on the top and just lather it up, right? And then we do the little kissies on the top. So I'll give 2 kisses on the top and I'm just, coiling the head. Just wrapping the head and do one throat and then back to coiling the head. Continue coiling that head. One more choke. And then just go to town. And then just keep it going.
This is Beano dick sucking ASMR.
And then I pull it out and I act like you, because to have a big dick to make a girl choke, like that's like a mental thing. So I act like, oh, you're beating my throat up.
Yeah. Because I would be, because I have a giant wiener.
And so then I do a couple tongue pats, hit on my tongue, couple test licks again. And back to choking. There's a whack, and then hopefully we just.
And how long do you think you could do that?
6 minutes.
6 minutes? I'm telling you right now, that's not long enough.
Huh?
Because I can suck your dick for 6 minutes, and that's not long enough.
Yeah, but that's because I have an issue. You know me. You know me. But I'm saying the first time you're having a dick. Trust me, there's a lot of things that I've had to... Like I said, there's a lot of responsibilities.
I think so. I think I could handle it.
Do you ever look at porn video? Like, I know me as a guy...
I watch porn from time to time.
And there's certain videos that I see there, I look at the guy, like... If this looks as good as it seems, I don't know how you're handling... I don't know how you're not busting immediately. Like, not talking about, some of the homie stuff. I'm talking about those intense browser ones, like the pro leagues. Yeah. Motherfuckers are just squatting, just pa, pa, pa.
Well, because they are. They're just cutting it out.
What? Like, they're nutting?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh!
They're not. So that's the thing is, and I've seen, a lot of, OnlyFans guys and, other people. Like, now that sex work is becoming, more common... and more acceptable on social media and stuff. There's many guys that are coming out saying like porn just sets unrealistic expectations regardless of for women and for men.
Fact. Like,
because men aren't regularly lasting that long. Like, they take all sorts of different kinds of drugs to suppress it. They've got all sorts of other things.
I just thought it was just boner pills and weed. There's boner pills and
actually a lot of like porn people, they get into like heavy drugs, but like that's a whole other topic to discuss.
No, but I'm sitting here like growing up, little Inabino, 11 years old, getting my first access to my own little iPod.
I think is part of your issue.
Yeah.
Your dick issue.
Like my iPod, again, I got that, and I was seeing it planted a idea that the only way that I can please a woman is if I'm railing her for like 40 minutes straight.
Because that's like an average
full video.
Yeah.
So I would almost be like beating my dick to train myself. Every time I would
what
be
you
like,
should have been watching is the cum compilations. Where it's like every 5 seconds.
Then I'll be like, I would have been fine. No, but there's too many videos out there. But even that, back to the point, it's like, now, like, my idea, when I be masturbating, it's like, the idea of when I'm masturbating is like, I'm not masturbating just to get my nut.
You're treating it like a marathon.
I'm training.
Yeah.
Every time I feel like I'm getting up there, I just, stop it.
And that's the issue.
Push it down. And I've been doing that for so long.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll admit, with the few partners I've been with, partners I've been with.
Too many.
That was always the idea. And, like, only some of them I would be able to pull out is, okay, let me just jack off and finish off. Because I would never, like, the idea of nutting in your pussy, deleted from my brain.
Yeah.
So even with us, and we'll humbly admit, it took 3 years.
Yeah, it wasn't until after we were married
that I could easily not. Before it would just be like, are you done yet? I'm like, let me just jack off real quick and then move.
Yeah, because before we would, like, okay, so this is how it would work.
Oh, no, you're really
Let me give you, like, a quick rundown of how it would go, right? Especially in the very early years of our relationship, it would be multiple positions. Eno would be like, all right, well, let's flip over and let's do this. And when I had my, like risen bed in, like, university, he would be like, okay, well, you hang off the side and I'm going to stand at the bottom and we're going to do this and then flip over and do this. Like, we were doing so many things where I'm like, why can't we just stick to, like, 2 or 3?
No.
And, like, why are we doing a full Olympics?
Because in my mind, I'm making this is the first time I'm sleeping. I'm letting you know that this dick is good from every angle. I think I'm doing it for you.
I guess. Yeah. Anyways, so we would do multiple positions. And then it would be like 30, 40 minutes into it. And I would just like eventually be kind of like looking back at, like, so like, are you going to be done yet? Like, are you like it's been almost an hour. Like, what are we doing?
I was making sure that we had sex.
Because all of my knowledge beforehand was like people making fun of like guys and sex and like movies.
I'll
and,
be
like,
damned.
Oh, like if they only last like 2 minutes or whatever. And so I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, it's been 40 minutes. Like, I'm starting to chafe at this point. Like, yeah, it's too much. And then afterwards, you would sit there and just jack yourself off for like another 15, 20 minutes while I just lay there. Yeah. And so it's just like, for a while, it was kind of an issue in our relationship because it was definitely an issue. Because I didn't think you liked me enough.
I wasn't busting for anybody else. Like,
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. It's because you also could not like them enough. Like, it's.
I love all the women. I love all you guys.
Yeah, apparently not.
Okay, well. So yeah, fast forward. So like 2 years, 3 years, we're still getting at it, and then eventually like something just clicked. I was just like, okay.
I think it was because we were married, and so you're like, I can finally like nut in her, and it's not gonna be like an issue. Because I think it was also for you, just you were very scared of like teen pregnancy or like
not even that
getting some random bitch pregnant.
Yeah, but it's also just like just trying to last. Like it was my only mentality like doing it is like, all right, just don't bust. Don't want you get like you're getting to that point. Don't bust, and like it gets now I'm thinking like.
And now we've got it down to a science.
I enjoy sex so much more now because I'm not pushing away from that feeling.
Yeah.
Like I've that's what I say. Like even when masturbating, I'm doing this thing where before, like I'll be there, like all right, I'm gonna go jack off, and it's been like an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm still like scrolling through videos. Now I'm able, all right, let me jack off. If I feel like this video is like, I'm not in the mentality where there's gonna be a better video. This is the video. This is I'm in the feeling right now. Let me push it. I'm out in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So the same thing with you. Like I'm stroking. Hell, if for some reason like that bubble gum is doing something in a minute and a half, I'm gonna release it. You're gonna say something about it. And you're gonna like look me in the shower and be like, oh.
But it's not like in a judging way.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
No, you do care.
No.
Kayla, you want me
I just say something to break the ice so that it's not like a weird aura around it.
Why would it be a weird aura? That's my idea. Like, this is what you want now.
Because if I don't say anything, then you just kind of like tiptoe around and wait for me to say something. So I just say something immediately to get it over with, and then we just go back to normal. But let's talk about porn videos for a second.
Oh, you want to go back to it?
I do. Because I have an issue with porn.
Easy. We've been on this topic.
I have an issue with these porn videos. Porn producers, contact me.
Camera's over there.
Porn producers, contact me. Anyways, I don't like that all the time when I watch porn, like at least 90% of the videos, is always the girl screaming and the girl's making so much noise. I
love it.
And you know what the guy's doing? Completely silent.
I love it.
Completely silent. No noise, no nothing. Like, half the time you don't even know if they're coming, and then just all of a sudden they pull out and it's just white liquid. It's like, oh, well, alrighty then.
There are a select few,
but half of the select few are just very annoying. Like, they just sound very annoying.
Because there's one dude.
And then, like, when you go to when you go on, like, Pornhub and stuff, like, there's always, like, your categories, right? And there's, like anal or, like, BBWs or whatever. And then there's always, like, a for her section. And, like, I clicked on that once.
It's kissing.
It's a romance. I don't want that. That's not what for hers want. If that's what I wanted, I would just watch 50 Shades of Grey. So what? Because that's all it really is.
So what do hers want?
What hers want, I'm speaking for all hers, she, hers, and everyone that identifies as a woman.
What do the hers want?
They want to hear the men.
Wow,
That's all we care about.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so even with me, like, I do my best to, like...
You could be a little louder.
You're being serious right now?
Yeah.
What do you... Okay.
Because you don't really make a noise.
I do.
Not really.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah. I want like a...
So yeah, give me the intensity.
Like a...
Let me hear it.
Like an opera bellow.
No. Seriously. I want to get this because...
No, like, seriously, it's one thing that I hate the most about watching porn videos.
Oh, about porn. Okay, I thought you were thinking.
Oh, no.
One thing I hate about fucking you is that you're too quiet.
No. And because it's always like, I don't know, if the guy is saying something, it's always just like right out of like the script.
I don't
know. Like, oh, like whose dick is that? Like, I don't some generic bullshit that every guy says.
Okay, I try to mix it up a bit.
I know you do.
And I try to like.
But my stitch is specifically with porn.
Yeah.
Not so much with you with porn.
But I want to go back to this noise thing. I need you to imitate what you want me in my version. Like, I need you to give me like.
I don't know. Like, I want like when it happens, I want like a.
I give that.
No, you don't.
I do like this is. I do like the horses. Like I.
Yeah, but it feels very forced.
What?
Yeah.
Forced?
Yeah, because you don't really do it like for like a lot. You just do it like and then like.
I'm done. I got my.
I want like more oomph to it. I want like.
I'll try to do
like it's the best night you've ever had in your entire life. Like you've squirted so much that you could, I don't know, like drink it for a week. Like
I hear you. I hear you. And
like a fire hose gush.
Just don't make me feel weird if I'm. They'll be like, don't tap me on the shoulder. Hey, calm down a little bit. Don't do that because then I'm gonna be silent forever. Don't. Because the moment you say something about it, I'm gonna be silent forever. Yeah. I'm not coming back from that. But I hear you.
Because with you, I can always tell based on just like your movements. But
what do you mean my movements? This is what you.
Because you do like a little, like there's a little in between tremor, and then afterwards, then you just kind of flop and you go like really heavy on top of me.
Yeah, because I'm beaching. I'm doing what they do in the movies. Just like
in the movies, they roll off the person and lay beside.
I stay on top. I want you to, because I want you sitting there just kind of like.
It is nice. It's kind of like a weighted blanket, but like.
Anyway, this is basically like, I want to.
But yeah, that's my issue with porn.
It's not enough.
Because most of the time, I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. And then, like, maybe it's just I don't know what the right terms are to search for what I'm looking for. But, like, half the time, I just kind of, I don't know, like, I'm just like, this'll do. And then I just kind of make do with what, like, it's not very many, like.
Video for you?
You could.
I'll just do, like, a nut video. But,
no, because I don't like masturbation videos.
Okay, so
So you'd have to, like, have sex with somebody, but that's not allowed, so you can't. No, because it can't be me.
Why?
Because I don't want to see my angles.
You have good angles. You have a nice...
Yeah! No. How
are you going to tell me that you have good angles? I'm not looking at your angles.
Yeah, but you're looking at my angles because you're sexually attracted to my angles. I don't even like looking at my angles when I'm fully clothed half the time.
Can I move the mirror to the side of the room? So
you can, but I'm not going to look at it.
No, I'm not just... doing that.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to get, like, because I was thinking, too, right? For one of our... Because you mentioned boudoir shoots once in one of our conversations we were having over the weekend. And it got me thinking, I want to do a proper porn video with you.
Like with a person there to record it?
Yes.
Like a third party.
Listen. The same way that you have that book with all your pictures of me to flip over, like, we don't have to upload it. I just want to be able to be like, oh, this is our porn video. You guys haven't seen our porn video? Like, it's official porn video. It's edited. There's intros, stuff like that. Like, we get a professional photographer, and they're doing the things that I want to be seen. So the scenes that I've always
recreated, it would have to be the ones that I want. Because you're going to pick all my worst angles.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Because I know for a fact you're going to want one where I'm, like, laying down and my legs are spread and my belly's all up in here. And that's not what I want.
But it's fine. Okay. We'll split it. But there's another one. I want the one where you're riding and we can see we're spreading your butthole. When you're riding on top and just you're sitting there that's one of my favorite scenes to do. And then the camera just comes right up to the balls right there. You're just seeing ass bounce on that bitch. I want that for me. For two reasons. Remember that other video we made the other day? Not the other day, but the one that we made early on in our relationship.
Yeah, like the first year we were oh, the other day. 5, 6, 7 years ago.
You were doing reverse cowgirl and you had your high socks on me and everything. And then you got really into the rhythm and like I could hear you. Scenes like that, because every now when the ass would open up when you could see the glimpse of it, it was art.
Yeah.
And I could never recreate something like that. But with a third person, we could get angles like that. Now, what are angles that you want? Because I'm so serious about this. Like, I was thinking, like,
anything from behind is okay.
From behind?
Yeah.
What do you mean by behind?
Like ass focused.
Okay. But he's gonna come to your face too. And like, what do you?
Oh no, he's not.
Do you not see these full videos? It's the whole thing. They come to the back. And then he's like looking at it, and then he comes like...
Yeah, but see, the thing is, every time it just goes to the woman's face, I just fast forward.
Anyway.
I don't know,
We want...
Okay, here's the other thing, right? Is I don't find porn actors or actresses appealing in any way. Like, they're, like, face-wise... And with some of the women, body-wise, too, but, like, they got an okay vagina, and, like, their butthole looks nice, so it's, like, okay. I'm very particular with my porn.
Yeah, so...
And, like, a lot of, like, the porn actresses, they have, like, fake rock-hard titties that, like, sit
those
up here.
I'm not so much for it.
Yeah, those ones I don't do, but, like, usually those are the ones that have the better-looking guys in it.
I like
so it's like a handoff.
I'm not saying you have to, but really looking at the homemade section, you can find some gems.
But I don't really like homemade.
Stay on the outside of the club. We're eating. You find the diamond in the rough. That one guy that has an actual DSL camera, but he's unknown. But he fucked the bridges out of this big bootied MILF.
Yeah, okay, so no. So that's the thing, is there's a couple, I guess, they're a little bit more high-end on the homemade scale, but...
They're indie.
But those ones that I watch don't show faces of the man or the woman. So, which honestly I prefer. I don't want to look at your face.
Some of them, no, but there's some that are actually, in my opinion, like, beautiful. Like, before hold on. There's some that you see, like, in the beginning scene, and there's just them, like, walking, like, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name is Jackie. And, like, you look at her face, and like, oh, it's a cute girl. Like,
I feel like they all look very generic.
I guess maybe when I'm open up the video, I'm already, like, rock hard.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like leaving the club drunk with, like, whoever.
Because they either look like very generic, like, porn women, or they look like those, like, wannabe Insta baddies with, like, the lip filler and the BBLs and the everything. Like, there's not anyone that I would look at and say that I'm physically attracted to. Mm-hmm. That's why I just don't look at their face.
So you don't like Shawn Michaels?
No.
You don't like Dick Trainer's guy? He wears a ski mask all the time, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I can't do ski mask either.
Ski mask?
Yeah.
Ski mask and Tim's?
No, I can't.
Well, let me just take that off.
That's too much for me. Let me just take
that off the list, because that was gonna be like I was gonna wear my Timberlands for one of our.
On carpet? No.
It's a set.
This is Canada. We don't wear shoes inside.
It's a set.
I don't.
We rent a hotel for it.
Oh. Then, yeah, I guess you can. If that's going to be a thing for you. I'm butt naked with
Timberlands on.
Yeah, you can do that, sure. Nice. I don't care.
But, baby, like, I know I sprung it on you, like, right here on the show, but, yeah, that's, like,
that's a dream of yours.
A professional porn video with just me and you that we can just have our own little porn tape. And then make us something panic. It's like, Grandma, what is this thing? And they put it in and just see you when you're young in your 20s just getting, like, the work done. It's just a fun story to, like, Grandma, Grandpa, what is it? I used to get down back in the digital age.
It's a good idea in theory. Well, not showing our lineage, our sex tape, it would definitely never happen. Because I would burn it before then.
What do you mean burn it? You can't do it.
It would go missing. You would never find it.
It's a digital realm. I'll just save it on one USB stick and just...
That'll go missing.
I will lock it and I won't tell you the combination.
You have the same combination for everything. And the moment you change it to anything different, you can't remember it. So
it's gonna be secret.
Anyways, so having a porn filmed of us is a great idea in theory.
Yes.
But I just know I would not be able to focus on having sex.
What?
There's too many people in the room.
This is gonna be the director?
There's too many people.
And the cameraman.
Because the thing is, those people, they're not having sex. They're sitting there and they're watching. And they're seeing...
That doesn't excite you?
Everything. And they're smelling everything. And they're listening to everything.
Yes.
And I know that if I were them, I would be making judgments. And I don't like that.
If you were them, I would be making judgments.
No! I would be making judgments.
They're professionals. They're professionals.
We don't have money for professionals. You know it wouldn't be professionals. It would just be two guys.
Okay.
And I know, really, if I were to let you have your way, you would have Alex do the video. And that's never going to happen.
Why are you, like, just sniping me? Like, pew, on your head.
Because I've heard you mention it to him before.
So now that's how it is. So
and he's the only person you know that like does videos.
He has a motion camera thing that like it's like like the chicken head how it does it like
yeah.
So you can get some of these.
It's a gimbal.
Like, you can get these the angles.
Yeah.
The angles.
No, it's just like when every time you bring up a threesome, I tell you, it has to be somebody that I don't know. And I'm never gonna see again. It can't be somebody that I'm gonna
Alex
see.
is a professional.
I would never be able to look him in the eyes.
Alex is a professional.
I don't care. I'm not.
You never be able to look him in the eyes?
I would never be able to look him in the eyes.
Really?
Yeah. He's seen my butthole, theoretically.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna spread.
Exactly.
I mean, the money.
He's gonna go. He's
shot?
gonna see slightly inside my butthole. No.
Okay. So one. Okay. You pick the guy. You pick the director, but the vision stays. You can do weird shit to me. You can move on my gooch. Do whatever you use me.
Yeah, but I feel like unless they're gonna be a part of it, or like unless they're like their dicks have to be out.
We are just sitting here just.
Yeah, like if you're gonna see mine, I'm gonna see yours, kind of thing.
We can just fuck them afterwards. Like that could be part of the. That could be.
Yeah, but then I gotta find a.
That could be part of the payment. Good at camera work and not a weirdo, and they could both like yeah.
That's a lot of boxes to check. You know that the pool of available men that are willing to do that are probably will.
Let me hook you up. let me hook you. Let me help you out. I got you.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have my best interests at heart. You have your best interests.
I'll make a couple phone calls.
Nah.
Make a couple moves.
I don't want your phone calls.
Bada boom, bada bing. But yeah. Give our socials. I gotta go.
Wait, we're done the podcast?
It's an hour.
Ah!
What?
I had so many things to talk about.
Yeah, we'll save them.
Okay.
Kayla, what are you so... Bro, that's the podcast. You have to stick to the time.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about, just talk about next week.
That's true.
Yeah, the rest of the week, I'm ignoring you. I'm just going to be playing my game. Anything you want to talk about?
Game?
What about my crab game? Don't talk about my crab game. I'll talk about that next week when I have a little more time with it. But
okay.
I'm going to drop your socials.
Okay. So every Tuesday, we do Twitch premieres for the podcast.
Premiere time. Hey.
Our Twitch channel is The Crazy Gates, and that's G8S. Everywhere else we post on Wednesdays afterwards. You can find us on most, if not all, places that you can listen to a podcast.
Everywhere.
And it's The Crazy Gates again. And then all of our socials are Crazy Gates Podcast. That's crazy, the letter G, the number 8S podcast. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, I think.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, we be on YouTube.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Boop, 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 boop.